What's happening, Vault Hunters and Fantasy fans? We are heading back to the Dreamvale Overlook, carrying on our Tier 2 look at the DLC content. Today will be our second playthrough of the second encounter, which is the Gluttons Gamble. I'm not sure what its specific name is, but let's have a look. So we have Hungry for Seconds, and we need to destroy all elemental barrels in every room. Let's go. Not going to muck around too much this time. I should have a few spaces in my pocket for a change, so I can actually pick up some gear. Just going to jump past all of this. And I've been tinkering with my bits of gear. That's just reminded me. I meant to bring a bunch of pistols. I've definitely got a few on me. There we go, that gives us a few to play with at the moment. We've got a couple more there. Right, cool, so we're gonna, we've used that a fair bit, so I know the liquid cooling does tend to be pretty good from what I've used of it recently, so I will maybe whip that out in a bit, but we won't start with that, as we've seen quite a bit of gunplay with that recently. Right, so we need to look out for elemental barrels, take those out in order to get our extra bit of loot. And this time we are heading towards a wicked witch who is brewing up some bad juju, some of which is in the form of these gingerdead men, which is hilarious. I have to say, I really appreciate that they did gingerbread skeletons. That is definitely unique to this game. I have not seen that anywhere before, and it is very cool. Right, so this gun here is the message of release, and we obviously have a very high corrosive elemental running on this one. Just a one pop, just single shot. Seems to be nicely stacked with ammo, but right, so this is try that again. Knew that was going to happen. Take these guys out. There we go. That'll be a good opportunity. So this one, to me, that looked like I'm firing a fish. It's a bit far away, but it certainly looks something like that. Let's try again. Die, fool! Oh, I think that's probably hit him before we're going to get a chance. Oh no, there we go. So we have a very toxic fish that's coming out and flapping about with this gun. I'm not sure if there's some specific reference going on there or something, but albeit that it's just the one shot and then bounces like crazy, it does seem to be doing a ton of damage. So I think maybe this is more of a gimmicky gun. Don't know if you got that impression. Definitely a cool paint job. I like the style of the weapon, if nothing else. This one here is Queen's. This is a pretty well established, fairly solid frost bolt hand bow. So yeah, practice Queen's Cry of the Ghost. And this one has pretty good solid damage just as it goes, but also will have the chance to fire down meteorites, which can do a ton of damage. Probably shouldn't drop down there, but I'm aware that I probably haven't been paying as much attention as I should to my barrels. I do want to try and get those done. I'll have to have a look at the next number that comes up. This section, the map sort of goes quite long and thin here, so I don't really want to muck around with... There you go, saw a meteor right there. I don't really want to muck around with coming back to this section if I can avoid it, so just being a bit slow to get my eyes over stuff. Why couldn't it have been the chest one? We found the two chests nice and easy this time, no problems at all. of course it's not that. But all good. We still get our little extra souls from that.
Wandering nearby who may have a clearer vision of this situation than I do. Use your expertise to find out what secrets they're holding.
Oh, don't doubt yourself so much, Vesper. I'm sure that you have got this, girl. I'm sure you know everything we need to. I trust you.
Remember this. You could have run.
You might have noticed the skeet that just popped out there. That is to do with a change that I have made on my shield. Shield. Yeah, so I've got Blackguard's Sacrificial Skeep of Confidence. So when my health is below 50%, it summons a Sacrificial Skeep. And that's basically just a little bit of health. I've been setting my guns up a bit more recently to try and up my DPS and with some other bits of gear, but I have still got to survive these encounters. So I have been toying with a spell that gives me some dark magic, and that one is going to be giving me health back for any damage that it's doing. So that's just a little bit of security. And the other one is the skeep on my shield, which when it pops up, that just means that when it pops out at my below 50% marker, it means that sorry, it's the necklace, it's not the shield. That basically pops out and gives me a chance to get my health back, so it's going to just run around just chucking health out in proximity to me. So as long as I'm close enough to it, that's just another lifeline. Whether I need both of those, I don't know. I'm running this quite glass cannon, so I'm trying to do more damage out, and then not worry too much about skills that are increasing my health, or worrying too much about my shield's max capacity, but to have some health coming back from the sheep and from my spell just mean that hopefully I'm not going to drop every few seconds. But that is built a bit more on the idea that that's with me using a bit of a different loadout, as I'm doing a bit of experimenting here with guns, just trying to get my head back around what's doing what here in 2023. Guns get tinkered with, toyed with. It's been a year since I've actually seriously looked at what a lot of these items are doing. I just run around, shoot stuff. If it works, it works. But I'm having a bit of trouble in the Chaos Chamber. Gone into that a couple of times now and been soundly spanked and sent away without my loot, which we are not going to do again. So I'm making sure that I can handle myself a bit better when I go in there. And part of the reason for wanting to go in there is that we're trying to track down the secret bosses that are available through that mode. They are very cool, some of the most advanced bits of tech in the game, and so we want to give those a look, talk about those, talk about the future of Wonderlands. Wonderlands 2 now semi-confirmed, Borderlands 4 also semi-confirmed. So where is Gearbox going to take things? Those give us a pretty good indication of what they're thinking about, the sorts of things they've been working on and trying to improve in their kind of their setup, their knowledge and their programming, all the rest of it. Well, this just nearly made my computer crash, so am I on the... Right, so yeah, that's on my Torg Ludite there at the moment. That's definitely doing a lot of work with very minimal effort, which we like. We're definitely low effort around here. Ah, I'm gonna blow myself up. Did you hear a scream? I don't know what that was. Sometimes when I'm gaming in here, I hear random screams from somewhere, obviously totally different in the house. No idea what that could be. a bit of a faff while we look for these barrels. That's a shame. The barrel was fairly solidly planted there. So that's you can see the skeep there doing his little health thing. Doesn't help when it's down, but he's trying, man. He's trying. I appreciate the effort. It seemed like we had too many people to deal with in this room. So this is the Auto Magica Exe. And this is, once again, the main component of this is a high corrosion. Nice fire rate, good damage out. So that's doing some work for us. Now, I've not been tracking the numbers on the barrels at all. So I don't know if I cleared them all. No, I did not. That looks red to me from here. 10 out of 11. 11, hey? Oh, and there's a soul's chest there that I'm just being completely oblivious of. Better get those as well. That's what we want. The souls help us out at the end of this activity. We get to use a Wheel of Fate, which is a spin to win RNG lottery machine, effectively. Spin it, it'll pick something, weapons, armor, rings, cosmetics, whatever it is, and kick a bunch of those out to us, and each spin on that Wheel of Fate costs us 25 of these soul tokens that we're collecting as we go. Right. Okay, that's that all complete.
I think you're on to
We
the
got our
goblins
extra.
next. Do be gentle.
Auto Magica sort of plugging along there. Not seeing too much jump out here. The Torg Ludite is what's sort of popping things pretty much straight away. Fire and pretty much just forget without having to hold sustained fire on our targets, which is nice. But it does mean that it's a bit slower dealing with multiple targets. Excuse me. Does seem really quiet today. I don't know what's going on. The tier 2 of this activity, I feel like there's less activity with the mobs than there is anything else. Need some chunkier targets really to fully check these guns, but it's definitely working. Oh, let's run straight over the TNT. So this is a good one, saying let's see, let's keep just kicking out little bits of health for us there. I've also got health coming back. All dark magic attacks give you health back via the damage. So that's just a nice easy thing to put on if you want to give yourself a little bit more sustainability in any build. This is performing pretty well in my opinion. This is the Gluttony. And this one is just doing dark magic damage output, but has on the reload this little kind of tornado deal going on that's zapping everything around it, and that's just going to mean I've got health coming back. Throw that out. You do have to be careful. You can down yourself with this one if you're not careful. Yeah, there you go, that's a better example. So yeah, you do need to be a little bit careful not to do that, but given that you keep yourself safe and sound, it's a good bit of kit to have in your pocket, with the good damage just happening by default. I mean, you can't really go too wrong with that. It's definitely... See, now that's where it gets you. You know, I press X to open the box and it does me a reload. That's not going to be a problem, I don't think, for PC players. I'm not sure what your buttons would be. That seems pretty mad if you've got an option for multiple buttons on the keyboard to have those on the same slot. It's insane to have it in the same slot. on a controller, but due to lack of options, with only I don't know, whatever we got, 10 inputs with directional. I don't know. It's not that many inputs, so it basically means they have to double up functions for buttons, which is a pain in the butt. Basically no sight on this gun. That's one thing I would say is not my preference, but that's perhaps something that varies with the different prefixes. And again, just trying to pick up something, not trying to reload, so that's a common problem with anything in this TDR style of gun anyway. That's not exclusive to this. It's something you do just have to be mindful of, and I am not a mindful person. So. Whoa, that was an accident.
Catching crabs does seem an odd job.
What have we got? We just put that on the top slot. That's the ruby. So another one with dark magic damage. This one is
A good workout.
more immediate. It's just straight shooting bolts. Except you've got this line, so it's good for dealing with multiple targets. If you get pushed, obviously a bigger target, if you can get point blank on them, you're going to be able to spam a whole load of bolts into them. And what's interesting about this is that you can see just how many bolts I can get into a single target. That is something that does become very relevant with certain builds. You can get bits of kit that will have certain effects based on how many bolts you have in a target. So that's apparently that's a 2-shot burst, and I click it, and it says 2-shot burst. That appears to just be identical. Can't see a difference there. If anyone knows if there's a difference, that might just be I've got a funny version of the gun, but you can see all tearing through all of the targets in here without any issue whatsoever. So a lot of these should be just a lot harder. We've had this in most of the runs we've done on the DLC content here so far. It's pretty normal for us to find that we're chewing through things in what seems to be should be a lot easier. Sorry, it should be a lot harder than it is. It's a lot easier than I feel this activity should be. But this is only tier 2. It may be that these things are going to ramp up a bit more, and tier 3 and tier 4 are going to have me on these recordings crying like a baby. We will just have to wait and see. That's right, I haven't been doing my barrels. I'm just going to check around here because I've totally zoned out on that. Oh, another token there anyway. Soul. Got to keep collecting those. We are looking for some good loot from these activities. Still trying to just re-engage with everything in the game, get my head around all the guns and gear, but then that does mean we do need to be picking up new bits of kit to play with. There is exclusive gear for the DLCs, and we certainly don't have all of that yet. Probably some of the only gear in the game that I don't have or haven't had. I think I've probably had most things in the game at some point. Smash that for good measure. I'm not entirely sure how the ruby works, but something is increasing my my fire rate upon a kill, so that's probably more likely to be down to my character skills than it is the gun, but I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to look that one up. Wasn't a gun that was really on my radar before. It's always been fairly capable, but not particularly exciting. Hasn't grabbed my attention. Come on, crabbies. Handy in a pinch.
One more crab for the collection.
Now, where's the crab claw? There we go. Fun guy, having a fun time.
Dead men really do tell no tales.
5. So 3 more of those to grab. What did I just say? I can't even math, can I? 2 more of those to get.
They fought nobly and well to the end.
Let's get the tokens. Let's pick up the goodies. Daddy's got to get paid.
Why couldn't you just learn to swing a sword?
I mean, I can just leave my pets to do most of this. And they don't really have any perks on them at the moment that are helping them out. They're pretty much stock, so okay, 1 left. Who saw the one we're missing? Someone shouted out. Someone messaged me. Tell me where it is. I've overlooked it. Maybe it's just near the third crab setup. Oh no, there we go. Complete. Should have that ticked off. Tasty, tasty crabs. I think I like lobster more personally. How about you? Which is better, lobster or crab? Voting starts now.
Another day, another crab.
Whoopa! Doing okay on our souls so far. Just over 140. That's good. I think in this activity last time, maybe we were only about 150, maybe not quite 200. It does seem as you go through the 4 different encounters that they don't tend to take that much different in terms of time. Well, they didn't last time we ran them, but it did seem like they just increased as you went through them. They did tend to have, so the first one was going to be more likely 150 souls, next one was 200, 250, etc. Did seem like the further you went they gave more, which is odd because there isn't much difference in terms of the time commitment. It feels like it should be even. Whether that's just by chance that happened last time, I don't know. We'll see how these turn out in this run through.
I hope you made your peace.
But yeah, if they are different, then it does seem odd because you just farm the later activity, the Shattering Spectre class. because you're going to get far more tokens in return. That being said, I don't know if your loot specifically drops relevant to the most recent one of these activities you've done, whether they each have weapons and gear that are relevant to each of these, and so you will only get the bits of gear from the activity you just did. And I feel like if they were going to do that, the tokens would be a different colour, or they'd have a different name or something like that. It feels odd for that to be locked off in that way. I don't think they'd have gone to that effort. But I may look that up and share that with you if I find it out on our next adventure. I mean, the ruby definitely is doing good damage. I'm not entirely sure how it's breaking down, but it doesn't feel like I'm doing much, but it is tearing into people. Let's use the Ludite for a bit. These need a bit more of a a difference in look. The look on a number of these guns, particularly the hand bows. I mean, I don't see the difference that much. It sort of needs to be a bit more diverse. They could have got some different color palettes in here. Something that sort of stood out a little bit more, just to highlight that, and maybe to just prove how utterly wrong I probably am. We'll just equip all the hand bows I've got, which is only those 3 at the moment. Yeah, so we got, I mean, we got that sort of ice effect on the queen there. That's the ruby, which has some red lights on it. I mean, there is differences, but it's... What are you doing, dude? Where are you going? I think I've confused it. And we are going to take full advantage of that confusion. Predictable. But yeah, I feel like they need to be a little bit more diverse. They all have that same yellow on the kind of sights there as well. You know, that definitely could be diversified. They could be blue on this one, red on the ruby, just to help you out. Particularly if you're in a hectic fight and you're you know, not paying too much attention, you've sort of cycled. It's different yet again on mouse and keyboard because you're going to hit the number for what you want. But us peasants on no wait sorry us peasants on controller are bound by the fact that we have to cycle the guns. And I'm just about to chew my words, which is why I paused there, because I think I can apply it to the D-pad, but it doesn't have that as default because there aren't enough buttons to include all of the commands you have on here now. But I think I could change it to that, and there's a good thought there, because I do tend to use my... because I still don't think it ends up having to be overlapping buttons. Normally you have to cycle your guns, so it means you've got to tap the buttons a number of times to get to what you want. Which, when you're in a fight, and if it doesn't take the command or something else happens, means that sometimes you won't know exactly what gun in your hand if they look too similar. So anything that can be very, very simple to identify on those weapons so that you know what is there without having to think about it is appreciated. That's basically what I was getting to there. Just in the longest and most awkward way I possibly could. No, I'm just joking. That was a completely normal way of trying to get to something for me, but that's a different conversation altogether. That's just how I do. Skellimans. Once again, haven't been keeping track of my elemental barrel numbers, although we've done a few. will hit this target. It's big enough. Right, 2 more of those to track down. Don't think we've been around this bit of the map just yet. There's some extra goodies. We came through here. I don't know if we cut through this bottom path. There we go, there's one more. And then the last one's probably up on the top back section we've not been to yet. One of these am I missing? There we go. That's those done.
Making quick work of these. That's the whole list of ingredients. It's time to see the.
It's time to make a pizza. Oh. The worst thing about this is that I don't get any of the gingerbread. I was really only doing any of this imagining that we would get some sort of gingerbread sponsorship. In order to carry on, just to put that out there, if anyone does want to give me a gingerbread sponsorship for this channel, I am fully on board with that. DM me and let's do this. Hit me up. Or to be honest, almost any other form of confectionery or food. Unless it's healthy.
I see an invitation.
If you want to sponsor me with healthy food, get out of here. Get out of here right now. Not interested. Whoops. That was a great way to start this fight. Just go in here and down myself immediately. It was your fault. You distracted me with the thought of healthy food. Right. Ooh. Shake that thought. Right. Concentrate. It's butt kicking time. Who knows what this witch will get up to if we leave this unchecked. These barrels serve to be a pain in the butt that rotate on the top here, but she will spin those and then that chooses the type of elemental attack that she does next. I think that's the sort of way I'd taken it, but she will do a bit of everything. She has got all sorts cooking up in here. Oh dear. She is on the other side of the arena. Right, I think I'm going to stick on the Ludite and we're going to stick on stickies. So much corrosion. I still got this going on. No, I don't think that counts in the boss room, so we don't need to worry about that, other than to not get ourselves blown to smithereens. I mean, that definitely is doing a ton of damage. And we're not even bonusing that. Let's give it a little bit more love. The Ludite just laughed her off. That is a purple gun, ladies and gentlemen. Laughed off the boss like she wasn't even real. Okay, well, nice and easy again. We will be able to go out of here and get ourselves some goodies. See what we can spin to win. There's a little bit of a change there in terms of the boss. I don't know if you noticed that. Each of these bosses will evolve a little bit as you go through the different tiers of these activities. I think that's the only thing that really changes in the encounters, but I have only done these as far as here. I don't think I've done anything else at tier 2 or above. We are doing this in real time together. So you're as important as I am in this playthrough. Please don't let me down. Right. Let's go get some goodies. I'm not sure whether we're actually getting anything extra for those when it's making that message when we come out. Although you will get the extra boss, but anything that can be added through any of these activities apparently gets thrown into the mix with the Chaos Chamber just to increase the variety that we get when we do that activity. Right. What are we going to get today? Bunch of useless swords. Well, not all swords, but we'll take the money. I've still got a few slots I have not opened up yet. We got a chilling static charge. I got raspberries on me knees. Okay, don't know what that one does, but interesting. I will look that up. And we've still got 4 more spins, so we got a nice bit of loot here. Any cosmetics? Yep, opening up some other colours probably. Got quite a few there. That's, I didn't need that one. Let's open those. We did a little bit of just playing around with the pistols in that playthrough. I'll be 100% honest. I need to test them on something else. It's good to just remind myself what each of them does. But I didn't feel like I was really getting a great deal more performance out of one over the other. Although the Ruby with the health back was doing quite good. But the Ludite, that seemed to be doing the most just quick damage. Just burst damage on the boss. At the end there was... It became a non-event. Whereas I think any of the others I would have had to have sustained fire for a while. I'm just going to ditch that for the moment. I'll do my spring cleaning once we call it a day. Bolt lash. I mean, it just seemed like a little volley of zaps more than a bolt lash. Might need a bad guy around to see what that's actually diddling. Okay. More melee weapons. Assault and battery, we've had a few of those recently.
Much like its new keeper.
It's actually the weight of an entire universe. I'm only but it did feel
Started doing a little bit of playing around with re-rolling today. I've been saving up. You can see my tokens popping up there. So I'm starting to use that to refine my build a little bit. Okay. Is that my last one? Yeah, it's our last spin. Pistols, the one we wanted it to actually be, and we got nada. But fair enough, we got some more stuff to sell there. We did pick up a number of legendaries. Maybe there's something hidden in there that's going to be a bit of a tasty treat, but we will have to wait and see. Right, we'll quickly just go and check out what our cosmetics were as well. And then we will be calling it a day. So what did we end up picking up this time? That's cool. I will be definitely using that on someone. An ear shape. Okay, just a flatter kind of elf one. It's quite similar to another one that's there, I think. Nothing else there. Some new eyeshadow. Okay, just some more prominent sort of wings. And, yep. Some Batman style going on. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's a bit different. We like that. Cool. And that's it. Well, thank you very much for joining me for this look at the second tier version of the Gluttony's Gamble DLC. We'll be moving on to the Molten Mirrors next, so please do stick around. That will be coming out very soon. If you did enjoy this video, please do like, subscribe, comment, all of those things. That really helps me out. Outside of that, I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks very much for your support, and I will catch you next time, Vault Hunters. Take it easy. All the best. Peace out.